Hey everyone, what's up? It's Chapman here, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you all an easy method to enchant all of your items. One is the cheapest method, but no matter what way you organize your books, following this method will keep the cost of enchanting to its lowest regardless of what order you put your enchantments on your items, okay? But now let's get into the video. Okay, now before we begin, let's just run through some of the basics so that you guys understand. You get your enchanted books from these villagers right here, the librarian. Ranking these guys up is going to provide you with an assortment of enchanted books that you could use for all of your items. If they have the books that you want, but not at the level you need, you can see that as Unbreaking 1. All you need to do is just combine two books of the same level, and you're going to get a higher level book out of it. So we have two level 3 protections, and we're going to get a level 4 protection out of this. Same goes for the respiration. We have two level 2s, and we are going to get a level 3 respiration when we combine them. You could also resort to the enchanting table too as well, but this costs so much time, experience, and time that in my opinion, by the time you get to this point, you probably have auto crop farms and some villager breeders going. You might as well just set your time up and spend your time getting all of your villagers ready. Now, before we begin enchanting all of our items, I am going to be leaving out thorns because thorns, nobody likes thorns, they're just annoying, and it uses up a lot of durability. And for the sword, we're also going to be leaving out knockback and fire aspect because knockback is just terrible for manual farms, and fire aspect, if you're not using it to get cooked food, the mobs can just literally, they can just come back and set you on fire. It's terrible. Now, the first thing up is going to be the method. There are 3 typical ways that players like to enchant. We're going to be focusing on 2 of them. The cheapest or most cost-effective, which just ends up being scrambled. The enchantments, they're all just scrambled. There is no organization. And then there is shortest to longest, where you organize your enchantments from the shortest ones first to the longest ones last. The scrambled method is the cheapest, costing you 112 levels just for the armor itself. Longest to shortest is one of the more expensive ones, costing you 123 levels just for the armor. And shortest to longest ends up costing you the most at 138 levels just for the armor. All of these enchantments, when you do put them onto your items, stack from top to bottom. So respiration would be the first enchantment that was put on this helmet. And it doesn't matter which method you choose, whether you want to do the most cost-effective method, longest to shortest method, or the most expensive method, which is shortest to longest. All of these are done the exact same way, okay? So before we get into this, here's an example of how all of these enchantments are done, okay? So we have our sword, and we are going to enchant our sword. And what you want to do is you want to line your items up in your hotbar, just like I have right here, with your first enchantment starting right here, and then go down your list, and your final enchantment or your bottom enchantment is going to be this one back here. And once you have them organized, all we are going to do, okay, pay attention, we're going to do this a couple times because everything is done the same way. We are going to enchant sword and then book together. It should end up right back here in the corner. And then book together, book together, book together, and then we are done. From here, we are going to take our enchanted sword, and we are going to combine it with the books until there is no more books left. And just like that, we have our netherite sword. And just so you guys understand that, we're going to do that one more time. So once again, have your item in the corner with your first enchantment beside it and your last enchantment down here. And start out by enchanting your item plus a book, and then book plus book again. And once you're out of books to combine, just combine your item with the books until there are no more books left. Okay, so once again, here is our bow. And the process is the exact same thing. Item plus book plus book. We are left again with a solo book, and then we are just going to combine our enchanted item with each book until there is no books left. Okay, so knowing that, item plus book, and then book plus book, book plus book, book plus book until you're out of books to combine, never putting 3 enchantments on a book. You can enchant any item in whichever order you want, you just have to have the experience for it. So knowing that, to begin, choose your enchanting method based on your experience capability. Here is the cheat method. Remember, the first enchant is the top Total cost is 386 levels. If you remove items that you don't want, just simply subtract them from the item total. And here's the method that I'm gonna do. It's the most expensive, but it is organized. Again, first enchantment is on the top. 467 total levels to enchant all of this. Whatever items you don't want, just subtract its total from the level total. And then let's begin. When doing your boots, you want to make sure that you always start with a fresh pair of boots because there's a lot of enchantments here. You can also choose between Soul Speed or Frostwalker, whichever you want. For the axe, we're going to be using Smite 5 because it one-hit kills undead mobs, and I'm pretty sure it helps out a lot with the Wither. And for the shovel or the hoe, you can choose between either Silk Touch or Fortune 3. With the shovel, it's just going to give you a little bit more flint, so it might not even be worth it. And then for the hoe, apparently it gives you more apples and saplings from your leaves, plus a little bit more potatoes and carrots, but I'm not quite sure. So just choose the method that you want to enchant all of your items. Make sure you go out and get the appropriate experience that you need in order to do all of it, and then let's go. Okay, helmet is going to be first. I have sorted my enchantments, starting with the shortest one here, all the way to the longest, being at the end. And now we just start combining. Helmet plus book, book plus book. Uh-oh. Book plus book again. And now we just combine our helmet with each book until we are done. So sort your enchantments, repeat that same process for all of your items, making sure you start with a fresh pair of boots. Okay, and after 25 minutes, I am officially out 467 total levels, but I have all of my enchantments on my items and in nice order too. Look at that. Shortest to longest on everything. That also used up like 5 anvils too, which is crazy. But again, here are the 2 charts for their methods and their levels. I'll leave a whole world download for this whole setup right here in the description. It has all of the armors and their levels that is required in order to get them there, plus a complete box with everything already done and their levels and their totals. But there it is. It's pretty basic and very easy to understand once you just get the method down. Yeah. If you want cheaper books from these guys, that's a whole nother video. But hopefully that was easy enough to understand. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. See you on the next one. Peace.